let's talk about some of those other seeds because, I mean, I'm looking at your list, and again, you've had music in so many different places. I want to give people listening to this sort of an idea of some of the places that your music has been used, and I'll list a lot of these on my website when I send this podcast out. But you've had music on Another World, like we mentioned, One Life to Live, Pop Stars, A Night to Remember. And speaking of Another World, over 300 song uses on just that show alone. King of the Hill, Ghost Whisperer, The Office, Sons of Anarchy, Close to Home, Running Wild. I mean, it goes on and on. I'm assuming, Michele, at this point, you live off money you make primarily from licensing? Am I interpreting the situation correctly?
Yes, you're correct.
Cool.
Exactly correct. Yes. I've lived off
licensing
for, I don't know, 25 years or something, a long, long time. I'm well preserved. Yeah. And, so predominantly from licensing, and it used to be from artists also, from, radio money and record sales and stuff like that. And also I do a lot of commissions and a lot of production. So, there's that kind of income too, with the production income, which is really nice. I love producing the best. Actually, the producing is really my passion.
Is it? Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Cool. Well, I mean, as you know, in this podcast, I tend to sort of focus on licensing. Can you talk about, like, how are you getting all these placements? Obviously, you've been doing this a long time, and you've, I'm assuming, built up a great network and team of people that you work with. But who are you getting these like, what types of people are you getting the placements through primarily?
Okay, that's great. I mostly am getting the placements through the music supervisors directly.
Okay.
I will say in the last year, 2 years, that is getting more difficult, that the libraries are taking over a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so I also diversify now. I didn't in the past, but now I work with some libraries, exclusive and non-exclusive. The exclusive ones only commission. So not existing songs, but commissioning new songs. I love doing that. And then they can place the songs, but I also pitch those. Yeah. But primarily I know, 1,600 music supervisors.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're contacting me asking for songs. Sometimes I'm soliciting them when I have new songs or checking in with them. I guess like you do, right? To try and see what opportunities are available and what the music I have will work with those opportunities. It's usually very fast, so not enough time to create something. Usually it's something I have.
Yeah. So what advice, because, you've been doing this so long, I'm assuming it's easier for you than somebody starting out today, but what advice do you have for writers that are just sort of new to this? Maybe they've only been at this a year or two and they're building up their catalog. Do you think they should go to libraries primarily, or what route should they take to get their foot in the door?
Well, I actually think that I don't have an advantage.
Really? Why is that?
Because I'm boring.
In what sense?
Because if you ask any music supervisor, they all know me.
Yeah.
And a lot of them will come to me because it's tried and true, but a lot of them will go, yeah, I know, Michele, what else you got? Because I've been doing it and I've been around. I believe the playing field is equal, and that's what's so exciting for new writers and artists and for your listeners. Yeah. It's so level, because everybody wants to find somebody new. So if they discover somebody new, that is so exciting. Not only did they get a great piece of music, but they discovered a new resource, a new writer, someone they can talk about, someone they can take kudos for in the development of that artist and writer. So I actually feel that I feel it's all about tenacity and all about research and all about getting out there and working really hard, because I feel they have just as much opportunity as I do. And it's interesting that way.
Yeah, no, that's an interesting perspective, the idea that you're so established and you've been at this so long that everybody's sort of familiar with you. So in a sense, maybe if you're an up and comer, you have somewhat of an advantage in the sense that maybe you have like a fresh sound, you have something new to bring to the table. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly. And a fresh name.
Yeah.
And I work with a lot of new artists, so I feel like the sounds stay fresh because I'm working with a lot of new people and different people in my team. But I feel that the name value of a new person can be very strong. So I feel that if they get out there and they try and they pitch and they schmooze, and they're honest. You know, if they put in the subject of their link, I'm new at this, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I believe in this song for you and your project. I think they have just as much, or again, like you were saying, maybe even an advantage to for instance, my first song that I had placed in that movie, I actually submitted under a pseudonym to the director.
Really?
Because it was an R&B song, and I was an artist who did very, very avant-garde performance art, almost like Bjork. It was so out that the A&R guys would sit there at my shows with their jaws dropped. So when I decided and knew about this opportunity to write something very mainstream, the only way that I could give it to the director, whom I knew, because he never would have listened to it if he thought it was mine. You know, he knew what I did as a writer and an artist. I told him a friend wrote it.
Interesting.
And I got it in the movie. And that's how I became a pop songwriter. So it's almost the same kind of reinvention that almost later in life works. Now I'm so known, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an interesting situation.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to my YouTube channel below. I release a ton of new content on a regular basis related to music licensing, music marketing, and the music business in general. I should also let you know that every single day this month, every single day throughout the month of August, I'll be releasing a new video related to how to make money licensing your music in TV shows, films, ads, commercials, trailers, retail outlets, the internet, and much, much more. So every single day this month, I will be posting a new video. Subscribe to this channel to be notified. I should also let you know that the 365-day music licensing challenge is starting the 1st of September. So if you want to take consistent action every single day for an entire year towards licensing your music in TV shows, films, ads, and more, be sure to register for the 365-day music licensing challenge between now and August 31st. There is a link for more information below this video. I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Have a great day.